Ho, ho. Look, I come from a city, you hear signs when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique. They ain't play their part, so my part is play for keeps. Why I a kid, but I never saw that.
What's going on, everybody? We are back. We are here, and we are ready to talk some ball. We are the Lock, Load, and Go to crew. I'm Brandon Andrews. With me is Tony Pardo, Jeff Riddle Jr., and Jordan Elkins. Here we go. Like I said, we are back, and we are ready to talk some ball. And we're going to start like we always do. We're going to start with Tony P. Tony, what have we learned this last weekend? Ever disappointed? Oh my God, dude. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh, help Tony, Jesus. Help him out. He needs you. He needs you now more than ever. Fire Tim Banks. All right, Riddle. What did you learn? Ooh. Oh man. Auburn. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Boy, what a list of studs. I'll never forget that moment that he held up the trash can. That's still going to forever live on. Jordan, what's up, Charles? Jordan, tell us what you learned last weekend. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. All right.
Off the
40
damn scrap pile.
43 and 18 in 5 years.
Yeah. With a whole lot of trash. Now there's some things he could do different. Number one, there's a coordinator that's got to go. And Tony, you're wrong. It's Joey Housley. Because
Well,
if you have an
you.
OC that is not
Hold on,
calling
guys.
plays,
Give me a second.
you have a glorified offensive analyst.
Oh, I agree.
You have a glorified offensive analyst. Go out and find you some big boy coordinators
All right,
and
sorry.
start playing some fucking big boy football.
Guys, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news.
City hears it now.
So we're going to do this all over again because the audio was not working. Chat informed us, and it wasn't picking it up. I apologize. So we're going to do it again. And Jordan, they heard you. They heard your rant, but Riddle, go ahead and let's do this one more time because yours was elaborate and detailed.
Yeah, I just said that Tony gave Josh all he wanted in the battle of the podcast golf match. Only 3 teams this year have given up 24 points or less in every game this year: Ohio State, Indiana, and a team that fired their head coach. And then the last one was, I think some Tennessee fans have literally lost their mind. And I did a Coach A, 5 years with the school, took over a 7-3 team, 45-19 overall record. Coach B, 5 years with the school, took over a 3-7 team with scholarship limitations, 43-18 overall. Which coach do you think did a better job? And Coach A is Steve Sarkisian at Texas with deep NIL pockets and a talent-rich state for recruiting. And Coach B is Josh Heupel at Tennessee. Don't forget where you've been and where you are, Tennessee fans. Kiffin, Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt.
And just in case anyone wanted to know what Tony said, he just said fire Tim Banks in a nutshell. Anyway, I apologize.
He did have the good one-liner of Tennessee never fails to or what was it?
Yeah,
never disappoint me.
There you go.
Boy, Tony's good at that shit, man.
Hey, I am on board with the Housley thing too, because actually I was in another group chat with Jordan. You're in that. Well, I sent a picture of Housley. Should have been Tim Banks right after that too. But either way, them two got to go. Yeah, them two got to fucking go. There's got to be upgrades. That's why I'm not saying fire Heupel.
But doesn't Heupel, Jordan, didn't you say Heupel calls his own plays though?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
but
the other guy's just a figurehead, right?
He shouldn't anymore.
He's a glorified offensive analyst.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, like
you're paying him more than you're paying any other offensive analyst because he's one of your good buddies. Other than that, he's not doing anything different.
All right. So Josh says it's Riddle time. Damn it, Josh. D's ain't here. Oh my God. All right. Well,
there's not a lot of people here, so advantage to the people that are.
It's a strategy, boys. It's a strategy. Go ahead, Riddle, and hit us with your glorified riddle.
All right. So the trivia question of this week is: there have been 67 college football playoff rankings released since its inception in 2014. How many teams have held the number 1 spot at least once in the college football playoff rankings?
Come on, Josh. Don't let us down. Okay. Well, apologize. So here we go. Topic number 1 for the evening. For the 5th straight week in a row, it is the coaching carousel. Another thing that never fails to disappoint is the old coaching carousel. We said this was going to get big. We said this was going to get messy. We said this is going to be huge beyond anything we've seen before. Jordan, I think, said it could shape college football for the next 10 years. The next domino has fell, and that is Hugh Freeze at Auburn. Hugh Freeze at Auburn is now the next one to fall. So, same scenario. First things first, I'm asking this question. It's been all over social media, and I want to ask you guys what you think. The big question is, where does Auburn fall on the coaching tier list of the jobs available? We will start with Jordan on this one.
Wait, hold on. Come back to the question.
I'm sorry.
All
right.
I got caught up with the chat.
Yeah, I know. So Auburn is open. Where does it fall on the tier list for the job availability or the job openings that are out there? Like, where is it at on the program? Last week we said, a couple of us said Florida, a couple of us said LSU. Yeah. Where does Auburn fall in the pecking order? Kippy.
I think that depends on who you are. Let's be honest. If you're a group of 5 coach like like Summerall there in North Texas, or Silverdale, or what's his name at Memphis? Silverdale,
or Golish at USF.
Yeah, or even Golish USF. You know, a job like Kentucky or Arkansas might be more attractive because you're going to get some time to adjust to making that jump. Where the delusional fans on the plains are going to expect you to win a natty in your first year at Auburn.
You're right.
By the way, they've kind of ran through coaches here lately.
You're right. You're right about that.
Now, if you're a proven guy, then Auburn will give you the resources to be successful, but
yeah.
you're gonna have a lot of expectations from day one.
Yeah. So Kippy, I'm going to get into that in a second, but we'll give Riddle and Tony. Tony, where do you rank them?
Shit. Probably bottom barrel, honestly. And mention Alex
I love to hear it,
Golish.
brother. I love to hear it.
I mean, Kippy says higher than LSU. I don't fucking believe that for a second. But no, I feel like they're more bottom barrel type. So I feel like it's one of those things, say, like Alex Golish, right? So he's going to be on a list of these other teams, probably Florida. Hell, I don't know. Who knows? Fucking maybe Penn State. Some of these considered top tier, must coach schools. I feel like, yeah, I think they're going to be scraping for the bottom when it comes to coaching. I don't think they're going to get the top dogs, whoever these top dogs actually are, in this offseason once coaching hires do go through. I just don't think, I don't know. To me, Auburn doesn't have that aura. I guess you could say Auburn doesn't have the aura of some of these other schools just by name alone.
No.
I mean, hell, what does Auburn have? They have the year of Cam Newton and the year of Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams when they probably should have been in championship game and they wasn't. Other than that, I mean, I know they had some teams in the 90s but that's
It's a cow
about it.
college.
I don't know why people would want to. Why would you want to go and be second fiddle to Bama, anyways? I mean, I get it. You have the opportunity to knock Bama off, but good luck.
Yeah, I mean, they'll always be. It doesn't even when we were losing, we were still. I mean, we still, Anyway, Riddle, where do you rank them?
I would say they're above Arkansas and LSU right now in the SEC, just because of the stuff you're going to touch on with the LSU job. That job went from a must-have job to I don't know who you're going to get to take that job now with everything that somebody that steps in there is going to have to deal with. But I still think it's below the Florida job. The right person at Penn State could make that job great again. I still think there is some value at Auburn, but I'm telling you what, I've got a list of stats on Freeze at Auburn and why he was fired, and it's kind of like Tony said, they've lost their mojo there, even playing at home. It's just we've talked about on here multiple times how crazy things happen on the plains, like.
Thank you, boys.
Not too long ago, Auburn was pulling off upsets and, the prayer Jordan Hare, the kick six and all that. But, they had home losses to New Mexico State, Cal, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and a 3-10 loss to Kentucky last week at home.
Yeah,
that's just. And then under Freeze.
Let's be fair, that New Mexico State team, their quarterback now has Vandy in prime position for the playoffs.
I get it. He's beat them twice, but the offense has scored.
That's kind of a little bit. I mean, the rest of them I agree. That's kind of a little outlier to me.
Now, I gave them props in my what we learned because they're one of 3 teams that haven't given up more than 24 points all year. But the flip side of that is the offensive side of the football, and they've scored 24 or fewer points in 17 of his 22 SEC games under Hugh Freeze. It's just not going to get it done. And Auburn's too historical of a program. They can recruit there. People have won there. They've proved you can win there. I still think it's a valuable job, but you can't be starting 0-4 3 years in a row in the SEC and expect to be a coach there for too long because they are a proud college. And just to toot my own horn a little bit, 2 of the 4 coaches I picked to not make it to the end of the year a couple of weeks ago have now been fired.
What? Hugh Freeze should not have been spending his time apparently on Sundays focusing on golf either. and he doubled down on some bad quarterbacks. That's what cost him his job. He passed on like Mateer, Mendoza, Mensa, Miller Moss. He passed on all those 4 for fucking Thorne and the jackass they have now, Arnold, who's not even he's not even a starter anymore. So
I like that you brought up, a coach that passed on a lot of people, like, all them other coaches Tennessee's had that, they want to add Heupel to the list of, because he hadn't missed. He's came in with less and done more than any of those coaches did. So,
yeah, I mean, I'll say this: we talked about So I got into it with someone on social media, much like to Jordan's chagrin. Idiots do exist. And someone had the audacity to look me in the face and tell me that the governor had nothing to do with hiring LSU's coach this week. And I said, no, he absolutely does. He absolutely does. He said, no, he's not going to pick him. I said, well, what do you mean he's not going to pick him? He's like, he's not going to make the selection. I said, he's approving the finances. He's already came out and said that. Do you not think that's the guy who's going to fucking pick him? The one that says, yes, I'll pay that amount of money. That's the guy. That's the guy. He is the guy. Finances is what's going to get a coach to LSU. And it's probably going to be some record breaking amount. So I don't understand people sometimes. It's been a frustrating week for sure, in terms of just, dealing with fans that maybe a little bit need to come back down to reality, like Riddle said, because there's some reality that just it's not setting in with you guys. Good coaches are out there, but sometimes a good coach is right in your backyard, and you need to just appreciate what you got. We've said it on here, I think 48 times. Nick Saban's one of a kind. Kirby, he's one of a kind. There's only a handful of those guys in the whole world. So just lucky that we were able to see them. So with that said, we're going to move on to the topic.
Hang on, before we move on, I just want to throw this in there. You
Go
talk
ahead.
about Saban and Kirby, and they're in a league of their own. And Kirby took over a really good school. They had talent everywhere. I mean, he just got them over the hump. He took that next step that Rick couldn't do. But, you're talking about catching the lightning in a bottle. For what Tennessee was, and Heupel's history as a coach, he's won everywhere he's been. He's turned that program around and made them relevant again. I mean, how can you even argue that they didn't catch lightning by getting him?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's good.
that's what you want in a coach, coach that turns your team around from a losing program to a winning program and has you relevant and in the hunt every year. Is that not what you want in college football?
Yeah, I agree.
There's only one Nick Saban. There's only one Bear Bryant. Outside of those two, in the entire fucking history of college football, you're not going to get a coach that just comes in there and wins national titles on a regular basis. It just doesn't happen. Kirby won back-to-back, and he might not win another one. We don't know. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But he'll be there. He'll be in the hunt, and he'll have his team in the conversation. And that's all you can ask for in this day and age.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. Speaking of catching some, it was a catch. Chad, man, bro, you go ride this one to the moon, baby. All right. Okay. So let's just get into the topic that, I think is probably the biggest topic right now. Auburn is not a big topic. It's Auburn. So in my mind, it just does add to the compounding interest problem that we have with coaching jobs with not enough coaches. So I'm going to pull a graphic up on the screen. Bear with us. We will be blocked for just a second. And I'm going to show you this. And here it is. So this is a graphic that was made by one of our very own. His name is Riddle. And he made a graphic on his rankings that he's kept all year. Apologize. He's kept all year.
Tony on TikTok, so that's okay.
Oh, that was somebody on TikTok's. I thought it was yours. I thought it was Riddle's.
No.
Anyway. Oh, okay. My bad. Well, it's not Riddle's then. Anyway.
No, it's Riddle's graphic.
Oh.
I said you're only blocking Tony's camera on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Man, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you say it. I was like, damn, I thought it was Riddle's. Anyway.
Chad said, can you drop it down one?
Yeah. So apologize. Y'all have to bear with us. So here's the deal. So if you look at it, this is Riddle's. Riddle, go through your list real quick. I'm going to keep it up for about 5 more seconds. Then I'm going to drop it. Just go ahead and go down.
There's the top 4, I think, was pretty easy. Me and the committee, I think we pretty much had the same exact thing there. The one big difference, well, there's 2 big differences in mine and the committees. The biggest difference for me is Oregon. I have them at 5. The committee had them at 9. Their only losses to Indiana. And we'll get into that when we go in depth on these rankings a little bit more, but because I got some long-winded stuff to say about that. I think they're a little disrespected. I still have them at 5. I think they have one of the best losses in the country of the 1-loss teams. I mean, look at who is ahead of them in the committee's ranking. and we'll get into that later. I mean, their only loss, well, I'll just say right now, their only loss is to Indiana, which is the number 2 team in the nation. Texas Tech lost to a 6-3 Arizona State and is ranked 8th. Number 6 lost to number 5. Number 5 lost to number 4. Number 4 lost to a 4-4 Florida State team. Of those one-loss teams right there, they have the best loss in the nation. The other one is I have Virginia at 10 as the ACC representative right now, and the committee had Notre Dame there. I do not have Notre Dame there. I know that's a brand thing. We talked about this last year when these rankings came out. But for the most part, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I have Oregon at 5 and Georgia at 6. They have Georgia at 5 and Oregon at 9. Yeah, we both have Memphis as the group of 5 right now. But yeah, I got Virginia at 10. There's some inconsistency there, but I understand why Virginia's there. That's why I have them there. But we'll get all into that a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, all this is going to work itself out, plain and simple. But
yeah, for those who want to see, here's the actual
what the committee had.
Here's the actual committee's top 25. We have the graphic pulled up right there, so we can kind of see that and we understand. And so we're going to move on. We'll close that graphic down. So what I want to do is give everyone a chance to kind of share what we thought about everything. So let me pull this up. I'm trying to get it pulled up real quick because what I want to do is just go by team, and we'll just kind of work our way through that. And so first things first, we're going to start with the number 12 team, which is Memphis. We can't really argue this one because it's the group of 5, and right now that's the one, unless you got a group of 5 that could be better, but the only one that I can think of that could be better got beat by Memphis. So I've just
I've got one that's sitting there waiting for this chaos in the American to play out.
Go ahead.
And they're actually in the AP poll. They were, I think, 27th. They were the second team out of that, and that's James Madison.
Okay. And that, and I think that's a program that's just waiting. Out of all the group of 5 teams, that's one that I could just see upsetting somebody. I mean,
James Madison is 8-1. And this is the first year that they're able to play in the postseason. So they win their conference, they win out, and this chaos could happen in the American plays out the right way. They could jump up there and be your group of 5, but they still got to have some things work in their favor for that to happen.
Yeah. Okay. So, Tony, any issues with Memphis?
No, I don't have issues with Memphis. I think obviously the big one's fucking Notre Dame. That's bullshit.
Don't go into them yet. Just Memphis.
Just talk about Memphis. Memphis.
No. I don't have an issue with Memphis. No, that's fine.
Right.
Well,
okay.
I mean, they get in, whatever. If they get in, they get in.
Yeah, I think it'll shake itself out.
Spot, so
I think it will shake itself out. All right, Jordan, any issues with Memphis?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I think Memphis will be the one that makes it in there anyway. So
yeah, I know you.
I mean, you got to think
so.
Memphis has more SEC wins than Arkansas does right now. So
yeah,
touche. All right, so the committee has Virginia at number 11 winning the ACC. How do we feel about that? I mean, obviously, this isn't really a prediction. This is a ranking as they exist today. So I'll start with you.
Into that.
I'll start with you, Tony. I'll start with you. We'll go ahead and get into that now before we let Tony go on a rant. So, Josh, there's certain. I'll let Riddle explain it, but there's certain teams that get an automatic bid.
So the group of 5 gets an automatic bid. The highest ranked group of 5 champion. For the first time in a long time that I can remember, if ever, there is no group of 5 team in the ranking at all. That presents a big problem because you're basically saying that no group of 5 team has a chance and doesn't deserve it. That's the way I get it. I understand that the rankings 1 through 25, especially after you get through, that top 10, that's pretty much, well, I'll say top 6, that's pretty much set. That there's a lot of log jamming there with 1 and 2 lost teams. And I get that, but there are group of 5 teams that should be getting consideration. And the fact that you don't have any of them ranked is you're basically saying, hey, none of y'all deserve this, but you're going to get to play the number 5 seed, and the 5 seed's going to win. That's the message you're sending. And I don't like that. I don't agree with that message. Like I said earlier, both Memphis and James Madison are 8-1. If they win out, they're going to be conference champions with 1 loss, and they deserve to be recognized as much as some of these 2- and 3-loss teams are. Well, there's only one 3-loss team, but
So, with that said, Tony, for Virginia only now. Go on to Virginia.
About their seating.
Yeah.
I mean, for where they're at, I guess that's fair. Maybe they could have possibly been moved up. These projections, they could have been moved up a little, maybe another spot or 2. Like you guys said, they're pretty much getting in alone off of if the season was in today, they're automatically in their conference because ACC is kind of, it is what it is. It's down. They're big dogs that we thought were almost locks just a couple weeks ago are no longer there. They've kind of fallen off. And Virginia, actually, they're one of these teams that they're scrappy. I don't know if they actually do anything awesome or great, but they win games. So, I mean, you gotta give it to them because I think the AP had them at the
Thank you, Josh.
14th, but they're 10th seed.
Yeah.
So pretty much, this is just going off of. It's just the criteria right now for them. If they win out, obviously they're in. If they fucking slip up, I wouldn't be surprised though if certain teams that are behind them, even with 2 losses, could move ahead of them. So that's just the way it works because they're just projecting. Oh well, they'll meet this team in the conference championship game, and then that'll decide it. So I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, that's whatever. I mean, not an issue there. There's really only one team, maybe that 1 or 2 seating is kind of bullshit. But whatever.
All right, Riddle. How do you talk about Virginia?
So here's my thing with Virginia. If you look at their schedule, their wins, their 1 loss, and everything as a whole, there's some questions that it raises as to how they're ranking these teams. And this is one of my gripe points is you got Virginia and Georgia Tech, both in the ACC, both sitting at 8-1. Both of their losses are to North Carolina State, the same team. Virginia has a 2-point win over Washington State and a 1-point overtime win over North Carolina because North Carolina went for 2 and didn't get it. 3 of their last 5 wins have went to overtime. And Virginia is ranked 3 spots higher than Georgia Tech. So how are we evaluating them? Are you saying that Georgia Tech, because of who they played, is worse than Virginia when they have identical records and the losses to the same team, but they've got to win over Louisville? Like, that's where the inconsistency part of this comes in. And I know this is just the first ranking, and I want to be clear that I don't really have that big of an issue with these rankings. I honestly don't. But last year, you remember, inconsistencies week in and week out from this playoff committee really just frustrated fans, analysts, everybody as a whole. And there are inconsistencies in this ranking. I have Virginia. You saw where I had Virginia. I do think Virginia is the better team right now, but those are questions I have. You look, they have so many close losses. It's like, or close wins, and it's like they're trying to lose and get out of that spot, but they keep winning. And you got Georgia Tech that ripped off 8 in a row, lost to the same team Virginia did, but they're 3 spots worse. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I've actually got Georgia Tech. I know that this is the rankings where they are here and now, but I still think Georgia Tech probably wins that conference. Haynes King is playing out of his mind. So Jordan, Virginia.
No, y'all pretty well covered Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. Virginia is Virginia. Well, Jordan.
I mean, if they get in, good for them. I mean,
they're gonna have to win out because these rankings really put the ACC as a whole behind the 8 ball. You got a 2-loss Utah team ranked above every ACC team in these rankings.
Utah's a good team too. I mean,
and I get that. And like I said, but
I'm just saying,
you got Virginia, Louisville, and Georgia Tech all sitting there with 1 loss, and all of them are behind Utah.
I know it's just unfortunate for Utah because I really think they're a good team. I mean, hell, they should beat BYU, but they fucked up.
They got their losses to BYU and Texas Tech. So
so I mean,
all right. So Jordan, you get the privilege of leading off the number 10 seed, and that's Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's a fucking embarrassment. I mean,
Yep.
at this point, what are we doing, guys? Other than just because of who their name is? I mean, really?
Dropping a
I mean, that
12
shouldn't
at
even-
least, for fuck's sakes.
No,
That's
they
trash.
shouldn't be in there. Period.
Oh, they shouldn't be in it, but if you are going
I
to
mean,
put them
what
in,
have they
fucking drop them to the
done?
lowest.
I mean, they're going to beat Navy. Yay, we beat Navy. We beat Temple. I mean, fuck. You played 2 teams with the Pulse and got beat by both of them.
USC is in their ranking, and they have a 10-point win over USC. That's the only ranked win they have in 3 tries. Now,
Oh,
the
I'm not high on
CFP has
still
made
not
it
good enough for a 10 seed to me.
No.
right,
it's not.
right, and the CFP has made it where they have another ranked matchup now here in a couple weeks against Pitt.
Oh,
And Pitt's
God.
schedule, if they run the table, Pitt's got to be in the conversation, and we can talk about that later on if that happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for Notre Dame, here's my gripe on Notre Dame, and for the committee. This is my question: is Miami and Notre Dame have identical records? Now, throw the eye test to the side, because obviously the eye test, one team, if you want to say they're moving up because they've won, 6 in a row, or I think it's 6 in a row, 7 in a row, 6 in a row, 6-2. So they've won 6 in a row. The other one has lost like 2 of their last 3. They're trending different directions. One has Carson Beck, one doesn't. I get it. But Miami and Notre Dame have identical records and a head-to-head matchup. And Notre Dame is 8 spots higher than Miami. Make that make sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because if you're trying to say that Notre Dame is there because of their win over Miami, well, that win doesn't look as good when they're ranked 18th and they've lost to who they lost to. So you can't say it's because of that it's a good loss. It's no longer a good loss. The A&M win right now is still a good loss. We'll go in depth on A&M later. Trust me, I got a lot to say there.
Okay. Well, Tony, do you have anything to add about Notre Dame?
No, that's pretty much it. Riddle actually brought that up to me earlier, which a couple days ago, actually, about the Miami. The Miami one was the big one because it's one of them things, kind of like, what have they done for me lately?
Mm-hmm.
And the committee's just looking at that, but it's like, hey, fuck what happened the first 4 weeks of the season, or even the first week, which is ridiculous. It's like that shit doesn't matter or didn't happen, which is ridiculous. You got to take everything. And you got everything's got to count from week 1 until now, regardless. Doesn't matter if Miami's lost 2 out of the last 3, but everything's got to go in consideration with the shit. But apparently it doesn't. So
I'm just going to say this for clarity. Like, I have my gripes about these rankings, but for clarity, if that committee came out and said, hey, this first ranking was solely based on the eye test of who we think is trending the right direction, it's what have you done for me lately, like Tony said. If that's what they're basing this off of, cool. We can go off that because, like I said, Alabama probably has the worst loss of any one-loss team in the nation right now. And you can't argue that, but it was the first week. Mm-hmm. Since then, Alabama has looked like one of the best teams in the nation, and there's no questioning that. So if they just come out and say it's eye test, but then if you watch the playoff rankings and you listen to the chair of the committee and they're throwing out this, strength of record and, how you did against your record. Well, how can Notre Dame be 10 when they struggled with Boston College? They struggled with Boise State. They beat the piss out of Arkansas, who hasn't won an SEC game yet. Like, why are they as good as you say they are? Tell me why, because I don't see it. They're 1-2 in ranked games. And are you saying they're number 10 hinged off the fact a bad snap on an extra point is the reason that A&M beat them? Is that enough for them to be a top 10 team? Like, just tell me what you're basing this off of. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we're gonna go back around the
But I mean,
horn.
you should know this was going to be a damn calamity when you have the whole ceremony. We're all hanging our hats at the door, I know. After that shit, you just knew a calamity was going to follow.
Yeah. Well, it's a show, and they try to make it way more than what it needs to be. Just fucking
You know
tell me
what
the
the best
rankings
way?
and move the
You
fuck
know the
on.
best way to find the best 12 teams, and this is totally a joke and satire. Let the SEC officials pick the best 12 teams in the nation because they hate everybody.
That's true. That's good. That's probably not a joke, and it's probably not satire. It's probably, to be honest with you, it'd probably be 12 non-SEC teams that make it because they can't stand us. Anyway, well, let's go on to number 9. I feel like we're going to have some more conversation on this one. So number 9 is Oregon. Tony, we're going to start with you this time just for shits and giggles.
Well, I mean, I don't know because I have talked shit about Oregon. Rightfully so, I have talked shit about them. One loss. Their one loss is Indiana, who Indiana pretty much just dog walked them at home. Other than that, Oregon has won pretty much every game pretty easily. But again, so they're number 9, one loss. So again, what we basing it on is because what is it? Because they lost to Indiana at home, or they did get pretty much dominated, even though the score. Well, they lost about 11 or some shit like
10,
that.
Tony.
So 10, but it was at home, and they really didn't do shit on offense. But Oregon, I mean, even with the one loss, if we're just going by loss, hell, I don't know. Maybe flip them Texas Tech. Guess what? They're still fucking playing each other. But
one play back here.
You ain't wrong.
So I don't know. I really don't hate it because, they have one loss, which is one less than Texas Tech, who's a seed higher. Well, they got a better seed lower. But I don't hate it. Don't love it. Talk about Oregon here in a little bit too, but I'm okay with it. I'm not going to graph about it too much because they haven't really impressed me this year, anyways. Honestly,
the only graphic,
whatever.
Yeah, I remember you saying they were trash or ass.
Yeah, they are.
The only
Ass,
graphic
trash,
that I saw
same thing.
absolute is Oregon's best win. I don't care about. I know they have the best loss, but their best win is Northwestern. If that is your best win, then you don't have much to go on.
Right.
Riddle, you're up.
The reason I brought up their loss earlier is because, I have Iowa in my rankings.
Yeah.
But the committee put Iowa in their rankings because they have a good loss to Indiana. It's 20-15. That's the reason they are where they are.
That's
their other loss is to a 5-4 Iowa State team. I know it's a rivalry game and anything can happen, but they have Iowa again above Michigan, whose 2 losses are to 2 ranked teams. Missouri, who has a 3-point loss to Alabama and a 7-point loss to Vanderbilt. 2 ranked teams. So you have them above 2 teams that have 2 ranked losses. They lost to a 5-4 school and have a good loss to Indiana, but you're punishing Oregon for their loss to Indiana. Make it make sense. It's got to have a means and a purpose.
I have absolutely decided, Riddle, that I will not try to make sense out of these people.
That's not 6'7". That's not 6'7".
These people in that committee they're never going to be able to tell us the why behind their reasoning. So I'm gonna quit trying to make sense out of it because I don't think it's ever. It ain't gonna matter. But Jordan, what do you got on Oregon?
I mean, really good team on paper. Have that one loss to Indiana. Other than that, really hadn't played anybody. So I mean,
this weekend will be good.
Hell, nice turnover. Golden State, Kent State.
I was gonna say Oregon still has 2 ranked matchups left. We're gonna figure out a lot more about them.
Yeah, we'll know starting this weekend against that Iowa defense. That is in Iowa too, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yes, it is at Iowa. And actually it's three ranked games left, Riddle, now apparently, because the playoff has got Iowa ranked, USC, and Washington. So
I forgot they ended with Washington. Yep, and Washington's like 24.
It updated, it updated. So good chance to prove what they're made of. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if they run the table, they're there anyway. So
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
you can keep them out.
If you win, you win. Okay, so we're just gonna go down the list here, and we're moving on to the Texas Tech Raiders. All right, Riddle, lead the way. What are you thinking about them? How you feel about the seeding?
I don't mind the seeding. I think I had Texas Tech and BYU, so I'll just touch on BYU here, and you ain't even got to call on me next time. I had them right beside each other in my rankings. The playoff committee does in their rankings. The reason why they play this weekend, that's going to sort itself out immediately. Like that's the one matchup. Those rankings after this weekend, we'll know exactly where that needs to be. So I don't mind it. We're covering that game, so I'm not going to say too much on it.
Yeah.
I don't mind that one because it's going to work itself out this weekend.
I like that. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, same right here. I mean, I don't have an issue with either one of those.
Okay. All right, Tony.
Yo.
BYU, Texas Tech, any issues?
Keep it quick, Tony.
Texas Tech, no, hell, I literally just said you can just split Oregon, Texas Tech either way, however you want to fucking do that. Now BYU, and we talked about Virginia earlier. BYU is similar to them in ways how they fucking win. They literally just fucking hang on to win, or the other team just fucks up and gives them that one last chance, and they squeak it out. So I mean, hell, BYU to me, they're almost like an 8 or 9 seed team, honestly, but. Hell, I mean, it's like I said, this is early in the shit. So no, I'll just fucking stick with it for now because it's gonna be hard to argue like the next 5 or 6 anyway. So
all right. Well, number 6, now that we bring it up, Jordan, we'll start with you. Ole Miss at number 6.
Seems a little high to me, personally, but I'm not going to argue too much.
Okay. Tony, Ole Miss at 6.
I'm fine with it because I don't think there's another team that's above them in these rankings. From 7 to 12, yeah, from 7 to 12, that's not going to. I don't know if any of these teams could really keep up with maybe Texas Tech, but no.
Well, I mean, you got to figure the winner of that Tech BYU game will probably jump Ole Miss at that point too.
Yeah, they probably will, and yeah, so
that's fine.
Yeah, 6 is fine for now. Whatever.
Yeah. Riddle. Ole Miss.
When you get to those top SEC schools with one loss, they're log jammed. They've all lost to each other. You kind of got to keep those guys in order. Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia beat Ole Miss. So therefore, you can't have one in front of the other, I guess. So I'm fine with them there. They've got one loss. They've earned that spot to this point. We'll see how they go the rest of the year. Do I think they're a national championship contender? Probably not. But good for Ole Miss. Good for Lane Kiffin for being there. All they got to do is win.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll make it short and sweet. Georgia is sitting at the 5th spot. Riddle, we will let you lead the way. Anything there?
Yeah, I'm hypercritical of this Georgia team. I have been all year. I have them 6 in my rankings. They had them 5th. Again, it's the logjam effect there with all these teams. The only difference was I had Oregon above them. I've talked about Georgia's defense and their slow starts and everything else all year. I don't think I need to say anything more.
Yeah.
They have plenty enough games coming up. They get Texas and Georgia Tech still coming up on their schedule. They'll have plenty of opportunities to pad that resume and prove they deserve a chance, or they'll fold under the pressure and not be there for the first time in a long time. So I'm okay with them being where they are.
All right. Kias, welcome, brother. How are you? Jordan, any issues with Georgia? I mean, I know we're getting to the.
Oh.
You didn't miss the poor Kias.
Once you get to the top 5, I mean, it's those 5 teams are kind of the cream of the crop.
Okay, so what we're gonna do then, since we agree with this, so we're just gonna go down this list because it's Alabama at 4, Texas A&M at 3. There's no real arguing that because they're the only undefeated team from the SEC. Indiana at 2, and then obviously Ohio State at 1. There's arguments being made of who's number 1. It doesn't matter, guys. At the end of the day, they're going to play each other to sort all this stuff out. So that's where we are, the playoff rankings. If you had one issue with the playoff rankings, the initial release,
Notre Dame.
All right, Notre Dame. Riddle, what about you? Anything?
I don't want this committee to be last year's committee because it was like what we were grading these teams off changed every week. So they've sent out their initial rankings. That's fine, but have consistency with it. That's all I'm asking for is consistency, really. I don't really truly mind these rankings. The complaints I had, I was really pulling hairs, going through things. Sometimes the head-to-head mattered, sometimes it didn't. The having Georgia Tech 3 spots below Virginia when they have identical records and the same loss to the same team. So I'm not too worried about it yet. I think the ACC is getting the shaft, but consistency. If this is the way you're going, consistently go this way. Don't switch it up in 2 weeks when you need something to fit your itinerary. Stick with it. Yeah. That's all I'm asking for.
At
Josh,
least they didn't.
Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the people do change on the committee. They just did not change this year.
At least what I was going to say was at least they didn't screw up the Georgia-Bama seating there because same record and obviously Bama's going to get the nod because head-to-head, but it's just funny that Notre Dame's sitting there at fucking 10 with 2 losses, and like you said earlier, Miami's got 2 losses, but the head-to-head victory, so it's like,
and they're 18th, which again, that's the eye test and where they're trending. And Miami has looked horrible over the last 3 weeks.
You shouldn't look at that though. That's dumb.
Exactly, I agree.
And I've been quiet. I've been quiet for the rankings.
To be a lot of recency bias with what.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
I've been quiet about all this, but I will say this. So Alabama does have one of the worst losses of everyone that's up there. I do agree.
The worst loss.
Yeah, and they also have more ranked wins than any other team. So what does that mean? I don't know. It seems to me, though, that they're valuing winning like they did last year, winning the games over strength of schedule again. It seems to me like
I can bring up
the
2
games.
instances where that's not the case. With Georgia Tech, they haven't valued them winning, and with Iowa, because they're valuing the losses either good or bad for those 2 teams.
One team, though. Of one team.
No. I'm saying Georgia Tech, they didn't value the fact that they were 8-0. They lost 1 game to their, Virginia lost to the same team, and Virginia's 3 spots higher than them.
Yeah. I think that, I guess that was a crapshoot right there. Aren't they going to have to play?
And then Iowa, they're valuing their loss the way they lost to Indiana, but
yeah,
consistency. Just be consistent.
That's all. I think that's the message for everyone right now. Kia says I didn't want to be ranked this high yet. It's hard to keep young men humble and hungry. Yeah, me too. Kia, I don't think we're really a 4th ranked team, and that's me just being honest. But it is what it is. We really don't matter in that regard. Okay, well, there we go. We're gonna get in our top 25 and marquee matchups. So. Guys, we're starting with the banger, or what I consider give us the records. Where are we at?
So Brandon won last week. He went 4-1. Jordan, you went 3-2. Me and Tony went 2-3. For the year, that puts Jordan in the lead at 31. Well, still in the lead, 31-25. Brandon, you are now 30-26. I am 29-27, so we are a game apart there in the top 3.
Yep.
And then you got Tony Pardo, who is 19-37.
Boys, we could quit right now.
Not bad.
We could quit right now. We could quit right now, and be all right. Okay. Well, all right. So we got a shot, Tony. You got a shot this week. It starts this week. So let's do it. Let's do it. So here we go. We're gonna start off with number 8, BYU, at number 9, Texas Tech. And Texas Tech is getting 10.5 points as a favorite.
No, they're giving 10.5.
Giving. So,
well, I've doubted BYU pretty much all year, especially on the spreads. Hell, even winning straight up, which, like I said this. They do. They are given games. They don't really take them. Fucking these teams just fuck up. But I'm gonna say that.
Example.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not going to doubt them this time because I'm tired of losing spread picks because of these fucking Mormons and their 6 wives. So I'm gonna take BYU in the points.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking points. 10.5.
Shit.
Anyway,
Pierce ain't the only one throwing up in that house.
man, what just happened? Oh shit! Hold on, something just happened. Don't say nothing. All right, there we go. Okay, all right, we're good now. Okay, Riddle, who you got?
Yeah. So BYU is number 3 in the Big 12 in total defense, 4th against the pass, 4th against the run, 3rd in scoring. Texas Tech is number 1 in the Big 12 in total defense, 5th against the pass, 1st against the run, 1st in scoring. BYU is 15th in the nation in third down defense, 25th in first down defense, and 3rd in the nation in turnover margin. Plus 10, only behind Southern Miss, who Jordan likes, and Indiana. I think this game is going to be more of your defensive struggle more than your typical Big 12, 45 to 40 shootout type of game. So I am going to take BYU plus the 10.5. I think that half could play large here, and I'm going to take BYU.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, that half really could play large. That being said, Tech's the better team across the board in this game. They're at home in Lubbock. Give me Tech minus 10.5.
I am also going with Texas Tech. Last week we thought they were in the ditches at one point. Kansas State was playing them well, and then you saw what Texas Tech can do. They are as good as anybody when they turn it on. So I'm going to go Texas Tech. All right, next game, and I'm sorry we're getting all the big ones out of the way first, but that's just the way they fell on the schedule, boys. So number 3, Texas A&M. At number 19, Missouri. Texas A&M 6.5-point favorite. Riddle, we start with you.
Okay, goody, because I got some things to say about old Texas A&M here.
You're going to hear it.
Yeah, so Texas A&M undefeated and has played 5 conference games this season. Their opponent's SEC record is 6-20. All 5 have losing records in the conference. They beat Auburn at home 16-10 and Arkansas 45-42. They've played 5 of the bottom 7 teams in the SEC. This Missouri team has the number 1 total defense in the SEC. They're 1st against the pass and 4th against the run. They're 3rd in scoring defense. The real question for this game, obviously, is can the freshman Matt Zollers do enough for this Missouri offense? Prabula apparently they got good news on him from what I read. There was no fracture in his dislocation, so he could be back at some point. They thought he was going to be done until postseason play if they make it. That they're positive signs there. Ahmad Hardy is going to have to carry this team. On the other side of it, you got Marcel Reed. He's only completing 61.4% of his passes and has thrown 6 interceptions, but he could cause some matchup nightmares for this Missouri defense. I don't think they've played anybody like him to this point. The big thing for me is Texas A&M has 32 sacks on the year, and they will make this tough for that freshman. I'm going to take A&M the minus 6.5, but don't be surprised if Missouri pulls this upset.
Jordan. You know what to do.
Who would have thought at this point in the season, A&M would be the only undefeated team left in the SEC? That's kind of a surprise to me.
Very favorable schedule.
I don't think anybody gets through this SEC season undefeated. I still don't think they do. But after this weekend, A&M will still be undefeated. Give me A&M minus 6.5 in Columbia.
Okay. Tony.
Yeah,
you look like you got Missouri on your. You got Missouri on your mind, don't you?
Yeah, because this is a team that just has fucking annoyed me for 2 or 3 years now. Just because I always think they're highly overrated, which more times than not they are, and that's a fact. But yeah, I think Missouri's fucking cooked. I'm just getting it out of the way. They're fucking cooked. So if you want some fresh pussy, fresh pussy this weekend, get it. Because Texas A&M about to serve up. They're serving it up. And hell, who knows? Driscoll might already have 1 foot out the door. He might be going elsewhere in this season.
Oh, yeah.
So give me A&M and the points.
Yeah. Yep. He wants
taking those A&M points.
Drinkwitz. Okay. Well, I am also, as much as I hate it because Tony went there, I'm going Texas A&M. Science be damned. This ain't even science can't even help you here. This is Texas A&M's going. I think they got this one.
This is a team that went to Tuscaloosa and only lost by 3.
No, we were in Columbia this year.
Oh, was it at Missouri?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, we've already said.
Right.
But we've already said though it's an SEC
But
win.
Missouri was very fortunate to only lose that game by 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, their defense is good. The fact is their
is.
offense hasn't been able to keep up, and that's going to be the big question. And now you got a freshman at quarterback.
And Riddle,
So
I'm just telling you, I think Texas A&M's defense is better than Bama's.
Texas
their
A&M's
defense.
giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, I know, but I think they're coming. Okay, maybe. All right, we'll see. It'll be interesting for sure. Okay.
I mean, we all picked A&M.
It doesn't matter.
Just
so
to be clear,
go A&M.
Irrelevant.
All right, we're gonna move on. This is a good one. Jordan, you get to lead the way. Number 6, Oregon, and when I made this is AP poll, so don't shoot the messenger here. But the AP poll number 6 at Iowa. Oregon a 5.5 point favorite. Jordan, who are you taking?
I am going to lay 5.5 with the Ducks. I mean, Iowa has a staunch defense yet again. But I think I don't see Iowa's offense having any success moving the football against Oregon. That defense is good. It'll be good for a while, but they'll get tired. They'll get a little windy toward the end of the third quarter, and I think Oregon pulls away. Give me about a 24-10 Ducks victory.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, good for Iowa returning to somewhat relevancy. I always have that great defense. Now they actually have an offense that can score some points. Now I know they have. It's not like they've been beating up on teams like Indiana or Ohio State. By hell, they're beating up on teams, and their offenses in the last few years struggled to even put up fucking 10 points in a game against some, not so very good teams. While losing games like 9-3 and shit.
I mean, those offenses were like historically bad.
Yeah, those are some very, very bad offenses. It's like Nico was quarterback or something. But
there it
now
is.
they host this supposed great powerhouse Oregon Ducks, and I can't help but think people talk a lot of shit about Josh Heupel. And Brandon, you posted something the other day about him being fucking our James Franklin. What the fuck is Dan Lanning then? I like Lanning. What the fuck is Dan Lanning? And no one gives this motherfucker shit at all.
He beat Ohio State last year.
Yeah, but what's the goal?
Not when it counted.
Oh well, you're right,
Exactly.
but I mean, he's won big games, though. Jordan. He's won big games.
Congrats to them.
They won the Big Ten.
Hey.
I did not. So I post things that other people post. I didn't say this myself. I just posted it because that's to show you. That was a Tennessee fan that posted that.
I know.
It goes into what Jordan and Riddle was saying.
I know, but I'm just saying though.
That wasn't a Tennessee fan. That was fucking Jonathan Crompton.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, an ex-Tennessee quarterback. An ex-Tennessee quarterback.
Anyway,
even worse.
Crompton
He's
fucking
the first
sucked.
one. He just shut the fuck up.
He fucking sucked. He has no right to talk shit.
it.
Jonathan crapped his pants. That's why his fucking name was that quarterback. So,
right,
but anyways, back to the Ducks. And mentioned it earlier. This year they played one team right. Indiana, ferocious defense. They're going to be all over you. Now I'm not saying Iowa's defense is that's good, but I still think they're going to be all over the Ducks. Because like I said, Oregon's they pretty much dominated all these other teams that didn't have much of a pulse. They didn't have to really try. So yeah, I'm marking this up for Jordan here. Yeah,
Today.
I think Oregon's going. I think Oregon's going to struggle playing against a defense with a pulse. So I'm not saying Iowa's going to win, but give me the cover at least, Iowa.
All right, man.
You're welcome.
Riddle.
I'll go through mine real quick. I feel like Oregon is being disrespected. I am not on that side with Tony. I feel like they are a well-coached football team. Iowa is a very improved football team, especially offensively, scoring 34 points or more 5 times this year, which matches all of last season, and they only did it once the year before that. So kudos to them for getting it the right way. The big thing that stood out to me is they only beat Penn State by 1 a couple weeks ago. and they had 63 yards passing in that game.
Mm.
This Oregon defense is better than Penn State's defense. I'm taking Oregon to cover the 5.5.
Yeah. So about Dan Lanning, Tony, I don't know what people think of Dan Lanning, but I know he's number one on everyone's fucking phone call list when they have a coaching spot available. And he may not go.
Dan Lanning. I like Dan Lanning. I said I like Dan Lanning, but hell, he doesn't catch any shit, which is fucking hilarious. But okay, that's all I'm saying. He catches no shit. Because he's way the fuck out there in the middle of nowhere. Literally, no one gives a fuck about anything except for Oregon Duck football. No one's gonna talk shit about him. That's hilarious. But whatever.
Nike.
Hey, it's fine. Yeah,
Tony.
Hey,
He won the Big Ten their first year in the Big Ten.
Who cares? Well, I mean, good. How many years ago was that now?
Last year.
Last year.
That was last year, Tony.
Ah, shit.
I was thinking when they were in the Pac-12.
Jordan,
I was thinking
this is in
Pac-12.
Tennessee fans you was talking about. This is Tennessee fans you was talking about.
They were the number one
in the Pac-12.
seed in the playoffs.
They were in the fucking Pac-12 too, and still couldn't win any titles besides their little Pac-12 title.
I'm going Oregon. Oregon. Science wins on this one for sure. All right. So Houston at UCF, and UCF is a 1.5 point favorite. Riddle, we start with you. Tell me what you got.
This is one of 2 Friday night games we're picking this week.
I know, it's
and
awesome.
This line
I'm excited
has
about
moved. This line has moved to Houston -1.5, but ESPN Analytics gives UCF a 60.4% chance to win this game. Wow. That is frightening. Something is off on this one. Houston is coming off a terrible loss to West Virginia. Let's just throw that out there. Connor, it was really bad. And now they have to travel to Central Florida. Connor Wegman, he's
easier trip to Central Florida than to West Virginia, though.
Right. 2,217 total yards for Wegman, 25 total TDs. He's going to have to be the guy for them to win this game. But I am going to take Houston plus the 1.5 that we're getting it at.
Yeah. If you get it early, buddy, that's how you get it. All right, Jordan, who you got?
Yeah, market finally adjusted. The wrong team was favored out the rip. Give me Houston plus 1.5.
Tony. Can't make up ground picking the same as everybody else.
Exactly. So you know where I'm going. Hey, this could be the first serving of fresh fried pussy. The Houston They're fucking done. Don't give me the shit. Like, let's stop acting like they're not awesome by any means. So I'm going to take the 2017 national champions UFC Knights to cover this. 1.5.
Well,
let's go.
you said, so first off, there's a lot of things you said in that sentence is wrong. Now you did say that we were serving up pussy. So I guess UCF is number one on the plate. Because anyone that claims a fake national champion and then goes back and someone that actually proclaims a fake national champion is the national champion, that's just pussy all around.
Okay.
Houston, because I ain't a pussy. That's just the end of that. All right. Okay. Last game that we're gonna pick tonight is Tony's in rare form today. I know he is. He's special, bro. He was. You see all them. If you haven't seen him, man, all them memes and shit from Tennessee fans saying fire Josh Heupel. That's Tony Pardo's fake accounts.
No, that's not me.
Anyway, that's a Pony Tardo showing up.
No, no. Pony Tardo's not that stupid.
He's close, but not this.
I know.
All right. Anyway. All right. So, last one that we've got is Tulane at 22. Memphis. Memphis is 6.5 point favorite. All right. We start with you, Tony, or is it Riddle? Riddle. Sorry, you.
Me.
It don't matter.
This is the second Friday night game. I've been high on both of these teams this year. Tulane was in my rankings before getting absolutely throttled by UTSA 48-26 last week. I have Memphis ranked at number 20 in my rankings right now, but this is a big game for multiple reasons for people that don't follow college football as a whole. Memphis is that group of 5 representative right now, but Navy is 5-1, Memphis is 4-1, North Texas is 4-1, Tulane is 3-1, USF is 3-1, and East Carolina is 3-1 in that American Conference right now. This has major ramifications for that American race. If Memphis is going to be the Group of 5 champion, it starts this weekend with that game against Tulane. Retzlaff is leading Tulane in passing and rushing and has 16 total touchdowns. He's going to have a big night. Memphis still plays ECU and Navy down the stretch, so this is all going to work itself out. But Memphis ranks number 2 in the American in total defense and second in scoring defense. Jake Retzlaff is all Tulane has, and it's shown if you watch them play. If you shut him down, you shut them down. I've got Memphis minus 6.5 in this one.
All right, Tony, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, injury report wise, I haven't looked, but if Brendan Lewis is good to go from Memphis, fuck it. I'm taking Memphis and the points. Tulane has been absolutely atrocious when it comes to defending mobile quarterbacks. Like, they're fucking god awful. God awful. And not only that, Retzlaff, he's nothing special. He's not him, as the young kids will say. He's not him. He should have stayed where he was last year, which was BYU. And so I'm going to take Memphis.
He couldn't, man. He got caught.
Yeah, he broke their code of conduct.
Tony, he was getting that P word. He was getting that P word.
I'm just saying, he should have stopped. He should have stopped. He should have stayed where he was at.
Should have been celibate.
Tony, just like you said earlier, sometimes that shit's served up on a silver platter, man. You just got to take it. Sometimes you just got to eat that.
I guess it's fresh. It's fresh. Get it while you can, I guess.
So Kias, before we go to Jordan, are the games going to be back on YouTube this weekend? As of now, they are not, and it does not look like they're going to come to a agreement. And I could go on a Pardo's pour on that if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to do it.
If you want to watch a good one, watch what Pat McAfee, who is associated with ESPN, had to say about all that. It was fantastic.
Yes. All right. Jordan, make your pick.
Yeah, this is always a tough matchup between Tulane and Memphis. Those teams always play to the tough. That being said, I'm going to take Tulane plus 6.5 on the road here. I think Memphis gets the win, but I believe 6.5 is just too many to ask for. Give me Memphis winning by a field goal.
Okay, I'm going Memphis. And what I've seen, Memphis looks like a pretty good, complete Group of 5 team. And like Riddle said, everything I've seen on Tulane is one-man show. And he's a good one man, but I don't think he has enough in the tank to beat Memphis. So I'm going to go Memphis. So, well, we made it through another one, boys. And here we are. And it's time. Riddle, did we get enough answers on the riddle?
We got 2 correct answers. Chad got it first, and then Josh said nice snipe, and he came in with the correct answer. So Chad gets 3 points. Josh gets the 2 points. Dees was not here tonight, so that'll put Josh at 13 points, tied for second now, behind Dees' 18. And Chad, with his 3 points, moves into fourth with 7 points total. So still time, still plenty of trivia to come.
Kia says, I'll be sure to give it a goog, Riddle. All right. Well, okay. All right. Well, boys and girls, it's time. It's the time that everyone waits for. It's the moment of truth. It's time for a certain Tennessee fan to go off his fucking rocker again. And it's Pardo's pour. Tony, what are we pouring? What are we going to drink to?
Because the show is gold and my rants are usually gold, I'm going with Blanton's Gold here. I got me a little bit poured up.
He thinks a lot of y'all.
Blanton's Gold, baby. That's what this one is. And I'm not going to rant too long because it's already been covered somewhat.
I told you, Jordan.
It's already been touched on a little bit. And, It's obviously over their own fucking fan base. Our stupid fucking fan base. The stupid fucking fan base I've called out earlier this year when you get fucking mad when you criticize or critique your team, the true fan shit. Remember that? That's
Yep.
what I'm touching on. Because now can't be a true fan apparently. But now also you have I guess these people that are thinking they're true fans, now you're calling for your head coach's head. Riddle kind of went off about it earlier about we were in dumpster fire for a solid 10 years prior to Heupel.
Oh, Jordan said it too. Yeah.
Yeah. 73 75. Overall
The
record
last
33
25 years
65.
since 2000.
Yeah. It's fucking terrible. It was bad. 33-65 SEC play during 12 seasons prior to Heupel, and yes, that's counting Fulmer.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
He went real dark.
Hey, it's not time for dark mode. No, that shit dark mode was last week, and it did not work. It did not work. But anyways, yeah, so let's cut the bullshit here. I'm going to go on my rant on this shit because, listen, I am probably the most, I say some outlandish shit now, rightfully so.
Woo.
Rightfully so, though. A lot of times,
Understatement.
very truthful. I say, but a lot of times it's coming from a good place, and it's just facts. But in this scenario,
facts.
no, I'm not going to go even on my burner account just to troll people to say it. I'm not going to do that because
you've lived through that pain, Tony.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to even Kiffin. That year was kind of a fun year, but it didn't last long. Then Dooley, one good season, awful. Then you go to Butch. He's trying to build you brick walls and all this other bullshit. Didn't work out. He had all talent in the world.
He was studying for his contractor's license while it was coaching.
He couldn't evaluate talent and save his fucking life. And then we go to Jeremy Pruitt. Never ever want to experience some bullshit like that again. Because that was, even though Butch Jones pissed me off there at the end, none of those coaches will do it.
Jeremy was just trying to show us the Bama way.
The Bama way. He's trying to build us up like Bama. It didn't work out the way he thought.
It's a plant.
But
I can tell you right now, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
But for Heupel being called to be fired by some of the fans, and I don't know if these are like legit fans or they're maybe some trolling fucking.
Oh no, there was some pretty prominent fans on Tennessee Twitter.
There's a lot of different what do you call them? The pages, Reddit pages, those the forums and stuff. There was a lot of Tennessee forums and stuff that were calling for Heupel's head, and it's just
what's that special word we always talk about? Loyalty. The dude took you to the playoffs last year. Loyalty. Yes. What the hell, man?
He's got a quarterback he found on the garbage heap this year. Hell.
Who's been one of the best quarterbacks in college football.
Yeah, outside of one throw and then that whole particular fucking game has really played well above expectations.
We
before the season, everybody said, this is going to be an 8-4
awful
team. It's going to be an 8-7 8 win Tennessee team. Okay, we've lost 3 games, and now you want to fire the guy.
Yeah,
exactly. We didn't have expectations. Our expectations was to not even be mentioned for a playoff run, honestly. There's a reason why they put us down in the bottom of the top 25 in rankings because no one gave Aguilar a shot. Literally that was it because the quarterback situation. Yeah. And then people still want to talk shit about Aguilar. Like, oh, Aguilar for Heisman, huh? Ha ha ha. Bitch, he wasn't being talked about Heisman anyways, and all the odds, if you're talking bets and all the other shit he's doing prior, no one was mentioning him. Yeah. Now, the people with a fucking brain, Tennessee fans, when you stack him up stats-wise and shit, what has he done compared to other QBs? He should have been talked about. Now, I'm not going to say he should be now because
it's going to be saying. It's going to be Julian saying.
Oklahoma. Well, that's fine. But
He's
I'm
going
just
to run away
saying,
with it.
he should have been talked about, but he wasn't. But again, this was a kid who was coming into Knoxville.
Well, the media got bailed out because he had a terrible.
Yeah, they did. They got bailed out. But this was a kid coming to Knoxville.
See, we knew it all along. No, you fucking didn't. You just got lucky.
Hold on, Jordan.
Saying it until it happened.
We got a whole panelist that does that. We got a whole panelist that does that every single week. He says some off the wall bullshit and hopes and prayers that he's right. He's sitting right over here.
What's that though? What's that though? What's that though?
It's you. It's you.
Yeah, but what am I saying though?
You're like Oregon's ass, and they'll lose one game. They'll lose one game to a top 3 team, and then I told you they were ass. I told you
they lose to a top 3 team. We talking about Penn State.
No, Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh, well, no, I didn't say. No,
you did too in the text. You did too.
They got dominated. They got their asses whipped.
Here's what
got their asses whipped.
Just so everyone understands this, Tony bases his teams being ass or not based on his picks in the Biscuit League. That is 100% the gospel to him.
Hey, if you're not,
it's not what have you done, it's what have you done for me lately.
if you're not fighting for me, you're not where the fuck. That's my thing.
Before we get off the pour, Tony, I want to ask you something. No, I know, but I want to ask you: do you think these fans understand the implications if Heupel left today? You have the number 1 quarterback recruit in the country committed. He's committed to Heupel. He doesn't care about Tennessee. Yeah. I'm telling y'all right now. He don't care about Tennessee.
We'd lose everybody.
He cares about money and that coach.
Yeah, we're going to lose it all. And these motherfuckers, but prior to him, he literally had nothing coming into it because we didn't have very good recruiting skill. Oh, hell. No, I'm talking
he was
about
ranked high
prior.
He was ranked. Oh yeah, before. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Well, yeah, prior. Now Nico he was a 5-star, almost like whatever you call it, almost a perfect. I don't know who's watching him. How do you almost give him an almost perfect rating? I know Arch Manning was above. Arch Manning almost had a perfect too. Yeah. But I'll say this. Now, I have been saying this, though. There does need to be changes on the staff. I do need to see that. If it doesn't happen, then I'm just going to keep expecting the same shit to happen. But for these stupid motherfucking fans to be calling for his head, firing Heupel would, we got a bad reputation as fan base-wise. Firing Heupel would make all the accusations about the Vols fan base unquestionably true.
100%.
And then no one could ever, we couldn't defend it.
I'll go out on a limb and say if you fire Heupel, you're recycling the whole fucking shit you just went through. You're going to go through it again.
We're starting over again.
Who's going to want to go there?
What coaches want to going to come in there, take your team to the playoff, lose 3 games to 3 highly ranked teams, and get crucified for it? There's no coach nobody in the country would want that job if they fire Heupel.
Gene Chizik would.
We've been saying. Shut up. We've been saying, with a lot of these firings, who are you going to get? And so I know, but listen. Yeah. When they say this about Florida Napier, who you going to get? You can find anybody as good as him. Brian Kelly, SU, who you going to get? You can find anybody as good as that motherfucker. But with Heupel, I feel like it's different. I don't know if you can.
You're disrespecting that. There's not many better than Brian. When I say that, I'm talking about people actively looking for a job. We got to look at Dan Lanning ain't leaving Oregon. Kirby ain't leaving Georgia.
I'm just saying I feel like those two that I just come off the top of my head with, I feel like they can be replaced. Fucking Hugh Freeze, he's another guy. Who you gonna find? Hell, you can fucking find anybody, really. I mean,
I agree with the Hugh Freeze. My point is,
you find whoever.
Everything that you're saying, Tony, Brian Kelly is the same as Heupel. He is go look at the rating. Go look at their program.
He's not. No, I'm talking from a coaching standpoint. No, he's not. Those fucking kids in LSU fucking hated his guts. They fucking hate him.
That's because he's
different. There's a lot that has came out there about Kelly and the way he treated those guys.
They fucking hated his gut. Oh yeah, and I'm sure you heard about the incident with the one kid that he never checked on. That literally his career was.
We talked about that. We talked about
Yeah,
that
that's-
last year in the
that's
offseason.
shitty. Yeah,
I don't.
that's fucking shitty.
And in that way, I don't think you can compare the two. Now, if you're talking
No,
about,
I'm talking about
you know,
just
wins
on the
and
field.
losses and right
On the
and-
field.
You can compare that.
That's all I was talking about.
But Brian Kelly was coming into a better situation though too.
Oh, agreed.
So,
agreed.
I mean,
agreed.
Hey, Tony,
Heupel built the shit.
Tony,
Right.
to go along with your rant, Kias asked a question on the purple. It said, "Do you think Kiffin would come back to Tennessee?"
I don't want him. I don't want
He
him.
also
So-
put,
I mean-
he put humor
but-
in quotations, just so you know.
but look at what you got. You got Tony, a realistic fan. We'll say, okay, Jordan. I'm not gonna talk. Tony's not a realistic fan. Jordan, would you want Kiffin if Heupel
Okay.
left?
I mean, would I take him? Absolutely. You have to be
Absolutely.
an idiot not to.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm just
that's
being
a-
honest with you.
That is the one thing that Kiffin has openly admitted that he made a mistake in his life.
yeah, we talked
he
about
will
that.
not apologize for anything else except for leaving Tennessee.
No, he's got. Yeah, I mean, I respect that. At
He,
least
he
did say
regrets
all
it.
that.
We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, damn right, he
regrets
does.
it.
Because, yeah, and well, it is what it is. You know, he went out to
Tony,
Cali because.
What does that tell you, man? To go out to California with sanctions looming is a better job than Tennessee. What does that tell you?
Now,
That's just a naive young stupid
I know
motherfucker.
he was young. We said that too. He was young and
I mean,
stupid.
he got sold a bill of sale that
Yeah.
wasn't entirely true, and
Yeah.
they stuck
Right.
him in.
Yeah,
Check they couldn't
I
cash.
100% agree. It was definitely. I think he's
USC
wiser
did him
now.
wrong in that
Yeah,
situation.
I do think he's wiser now. I think he's a much better coach than what he was back then, and I didn't think he was a bad coach then.
Now,
But-
you mentioned Nico, and it got me to thinking a little bit. You know, the
Ooh.
damn mice got to run on the wheel up here.
Mm.
You know, we can all agree his time at Tennessee was just an absolute bust. You know,
Yeah.
the year before, Josh Heupel took Hendon Hooker. You know, at Voluntech, people had written him off as being a horrible, horrible quarterback, and he was at Voluntech.
Yeah.
He was terrible. Comes in here and has this kid on a Heisman level campaign.
Until he tore his ACL. He probably would have won it
Yeah.
had he not blown his ACL out and they beat South Carolina.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
real good chance of that. But you know, then of course the Nico fiasco this year. Joey Aguilar found a guy off the scrap heap, had him putting up Heisman-esque numbers, you know, early on through the season when everybody had him written off. Now we'll see what happens with with George Mack next year and Faison coming in, but right now he might be more of a portal quarterback whisperer than able to actually recruit high school level
Yeah.
talent.
Well, let me just
Well,
say
yeah.
this as a Georgia fan to the Tennessee fans out there. This man has won everywhere he's been. His offenses has scored everywhere he's been. This man knows how to put up points. Yeah, maybe Tim Banks ain't the answer this year. That Tennessee defense last year was legit, and the reason that Tennessee went to the playoffs. But Heupel, as an offensive mind and as a head coach, he is a fucking winner. This guy damn near won a Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma. He knows college football. He knows how to win at college football. He knows how to run an offense in college football. This man deserves that job as long as he wants it.
Oh,
Plain and
Riddle,
simple. Plain and
You're
simple.
about to make me crash out because I thought you were about to say
He said you're
Tim
about to
Banks.
make me cry.
No,
I thought you were about to say Tim
no.
Banks led them to the playoffs. Like, they're about to crash.
Tennessee's defensive talent last year compared to this year
talent.
is worlds apart.
D-line, yeah.
So
Worlds
Riddle,
apart. You lost a lot of guys to the NFL from last year's team.
along that
So-
You know,
lines,
well, but you got to be fair on this year's team. You've got two
Tim Banks is
probably
garbage.
first round
What's up,
corners
Keith?
that you hadn't had all season.
All year.
Yeah, not-
all
no.
year. They
What's
haven't
up,
been
Had
Keith?
them all year.
Having withdrawals,
That's
baby.
because Willie
So-
Martinez doesn't know how to coach.
Hey,
Hold on,
also,
Tony.
now,
Tony.
That being said, that opened up time for Colton Hood. I mean, has almost played himself into a first round spot.
Mhm.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's just being given that time.
Yep.
So I want to ask this question though: does Tim Banks not? Is he not afforded the same respect as Heupel? We just said that he lost all his
No.
talent last year. He lost all that defense
He
from
didn't
last
lose
year,
all his talent. He's
and
This
we
is
came
not
into
this
this
is not
year-
something new for Tony. Tony
Yeah,
was
I
saying
know.
fire Tim Banks
I've been
last
saying
year.
this
and last year they had an awesome
The year
defense.
before.
I don't
I
understand.
seen all I need to see year one. The way
Oh,
this
God
man
damn.
conducts his
I
defense
think,
throughout the game.
I think Tim Banks
Awful.
Loyalty.
I think Tim Banks
Dog
will
shit.
go
Dog
on to
shit.
be a head coach and then we
God, I
will
hope
see. We will see
Sooner rather
how
than
he
later,
does.
please.
Right. We will see how he does. There's a ton of openings. This coaching carousel, people are going to take these jobs. Other jobs are going to come open. I'm not necessarily saying he's ready for a Power 4 coaching job. I don't think he is. I think he needs to go the
No.
goalish route, go to a group of 6 or a group of 5 school, get your feet wet as a head coach. Look at Mike
Thank
Bobo.
you.
God forbid, look at Mike Bobo. He went out and tried to be a head coach. It was an absolute fail. He's back being an offensive coordinator. I got a love-hate relationship with Bobo. I do. I really do. But this year, I can't criticize Bobo. He's called the plays he's needed to call. Stockton has missed some reads at times. It's not on Bobo this year. Last year, we gave Bobo a lot of criticism. Look at what Beck's doing at Miami this year. Was that Bobo's fault? You got to look at the bigger picture, take a step back, don't get so emotionally involved. Do you think Tim Banks deserves a head coaching job somewhere, Tony? Do you think he's been good enough? Not out of emotionally you want to get rid of him, but do you think he's done a good job at his position and deserves that next step up? Honestly.
He's been mid. He's mid at best. He's
6'7".
mid. I mean, I'll be honest.
6'7". God dang, boys.
He's mid at best. I don't like how he conducts his defenses at certain points in games and bullshit like that. And yes, his defense will create turnovers against some shitty ass fucking offensive teams. Congratulations, but it never shows up in the big games. It never fucking does. They don't.
We'll
show
tell you
up.
this: against who was the Heisman runaway for about the first 5 or 6 weeks, Tennessee's defense shut that team down for a lot of that game. That was not on the defense.
Yeah. What are you fucking saying, Tony? Motherfucker.
Oh God, we're gonna do this because Oklahoma still finished. All right, so
Guys, I got to get in the
I went back and looked.
Yeah, hold on, Jordan. Hold on. We're getting off. Tony, no, we got to get
and
off.
Tennessee both ran the same
No,
amount
y'all
of
let it
fucking
go.
plays,
If y'all
and
let
that
it go,
fucking
I
defense
just-
still gave up.
I don't have the
400
other
fucking yards of offense.
Tony.
So I don't want to hear it.
We got to wrap it up. I don't have the other
Yeah, I'm
screen
wrapping
set
it
up, so we got
Tim
to
Banks
go.
sucks. Fuck Tim Banks. He needs to go. I don't
All
care.
right. That's the Tennessee fans we commented on at the start of the show. And that's going to do it for all of us on Lock, Loaded, and Goated. Thank you guys that did tune in. Thank you guys. If you can, please consider liking and subscribing. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And we also have the podcast, the audio version on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We appreciate all you from being here. Thank you for listening to Lock, Loaded, and Goated. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
See y'all.
Hey, and don't forget to check out
Oh,
for the
Josh
bunker
and
tomorrow
Dees
night,
from the bunker.
8:30